Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Guys, today I'm going to tell you a very complicated and very interesting questions. The question is find the domain of fx is equal to sine inverse x minus 1 in mod and minus 2. We have this question, find the domain of fx sine inverse mod of x minus 1 minus 2. Okay, so this is your question, right? And I'm going to tell you the answer. Okay, if you know the graph of mod, okay, the modulus function, then it is so easy to tell you the answer. And if you don't know the graph, how will you draw the graph of mod of x minus 1, then you have to solve this question manually. Okay, I will tell you both way, right? Okay, so as you can see here, sine inverse. So sine inverse means if you have a sine inverse, so this value must be from minus 1 to 1. I told you these things in at least 10 videos, right? So whenever you see sine inverse, this must be from minus 1 to 1. Okay, so we can say mod of x minus 1 minus 2, this one must be from minus 1 to 1. Very simple, right? So x minus 1 minus 2 plus 1. So what you have to do now, this is minus 2. So in the next step you can say x minus 1, this is minus 2, this is 1. So what we have to do, just say plus 2 on both sides, right? So plus 2 here, plus 2 here, plus 2 here. Why? So that we can just cancel out this one. So we can just cancel this one. Minus 2 plus 2. So you have what? Minus 1 plus 2. This is 1. And here you have mod of x minus 1. And this is what? 2 plus 1, 3, right? As you can see, you have a modulus function, right? So whenever you have the modulus function, it has two values, right? One is positive, one is negative, right? So it's so easy. If you want to find out the domain, what value of x, I just plug in here, and the value of mod of x minus 1 between from 1 to 3. So you just write down two cases, case 1, and then just take the both part, right? Case 1, just take the positive value, means 1. This is x minus 1 and 3. Just solve this question. Okay, so this is what? Minus 1. So it will be what? Plus 1, and plus 1. Now 1 plus 1, which is 2, and this one cancel, you have just x, and here 3 plus 1, 4. So it means the value of x belongs to what? 2, 3 and 4, right? Only 3 values of x. Okay, so if you just write down these 2, 3, 4 here, this must be from 1 to 3. For example, 2 minus 1, 1, and 1 is from 1 to 3. If you say 3, 3 minus 1, 2, 2 is from 1 to 3. 4, 4 minus 1, 3, and 3 is from 1 to 3, right? So 2, 3, 4, and case 2 you can say, in place of this part, this one, right? Just use the minus sign before this. So you can say we have 1. The second part I'm going to use minus x minus 1, and this is 3. And then you have to solve this inequality and find out the domain. Okay, so this is 1, this is minus x minus plus 1, and this is what? 3. So here plus 1, you have to say minus 1 here, minus 1 here, minus 1 here. So 1 minus 1, 0. This one cancel, you have minus x, and this is 3 minus 1, which is 2, right? Remember one thing, whenever you are going to divide by minus 1 in inequality, okay, this will change. Okay, the sign of inequality changes, so this will be 0. This sign will be changed, and this is what? X, and this is also changed. So you have minus 2. Or you can say x is greater than equal to minus 2, less than equal to 0, right? So here you can say the domain here domain here, you can say x belongs to from -2 to 0 means you can say -2 to 0, right? So -2 to 0 means -2, -1, 0. Okay. Here if you put -2 here, so -2, -1, -3 in mod means 3, right? This also satisfied. And if you say -1, so -1, -1, -2, mod of -2 is what? 2. So 2 also line from 1 to 3. And if you have 0, just put it 0. 0 minus 1 is -1. Mod of -1 is 1. And 1 is what? From 1 to 3, right? So you can say this one and this one. So 2, 3, 4 and from -2 to 0. So if you are going to draw a line, so this is your -2. You can say -1, you can say 0. But here there is no 1, right? Then again 2. Don't take 1. In fact, I'm going to write down 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. But here you have to take only -2 to 0, this part, this to this one, right? This part, and from 2, 3, 4 only this element, 2, 3, 4 only this one. Okay, so the domain, the real domain of this function, is domain of the given function. Domain of the given function is what? -2 to 0, right? And I'm going to use the close bracket. Okay, and from 2 to 4, we can say 2 to 4, I'm going to use this bracket, the close bracket. If you just take this value, so this will be what? Exist. If you take any other value except this one, the function does not exist. So the domain of such function is this one, right? Okay, so this is the first way, okay, if you don't know the graph of mod of x minus 1. But if you know the graph, I'm going to tell you how to find the domain here without solving. So give me just 15 seconds. Okay, so mod of x minus 1, right? Mod of x minus 1. So I'm going to draw here the graph here. This one, okay? This is your x-axis and this is your y-axis, right? Okay, here I'm going to write down, for example, this is x minus 1. So whenever you have x minus 1, you have to go on the plus side, okay? This is the graph of mod of x minus 1. I'm going to draw the graph of mod of x minus 1. So this is x minus 1, so don't go on the minus side, go on the positive side. For example, this 0, your 1 is this one, right? Okay, so remember one thing, whenever you have the shape of a modulus function is just like a V, okay? So draw here, okay? And you have to draw here the V shape like this one. Okay, it's better to draw from here. My art is not good. Something like this one, right? This is the graph of mod of x minus 1, right? Okay. So remember one thing, if this is 1, so this will be 1, positive 1, right? So you know this one, 1. Okay. Now what you have to do, as you know these questions, when you solve it before, so x minus 1 minus 2 must be from what? Minus 1 to 1. So you just do it plus 2 here, plus 2 here, plus 2 here, right? So this is x minus 1, this is 1, and this is what? 3. It means mod of x minus 1 must be greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to 3, right? So this is 1. I know this is 1, right? So the second point is the range is from 1 to 3. I want this value, this value here from 1 to 3. So this is 1, and after 1 you have just 2, and then you have just 3, right? So the mod of x minus 1 must be from 1 to 3, okay? So this is 1, so I'm going to draw a line here. This one, can you see this? This is the graph of what? 1, y is equal to 1. This is the graph of y is equal to 1. And then 3, so this you can say this is, right? This is y is equal to what? 3. This is the graph of y is equal to 3. It means we want x minus 1 from 1 to 3, right? 1 to 3, okay? So now, what you have to do here, so this value, okay? So, as you can see, this value is continue, and this value is also continue, right? So, what value of x, you just plug in, and the answer is what? 3, right? So, remember, just take 4, because 4 minus 1 is what? 3, right? So, whatever the number here, just take plus 1. So, 4. So this is 1, so you can say this is 2, this is 3, and then you can say this is what? 4. So once you got a 4, okay, so you can say this value is here. This is the intersection. I'm sorry, my graph is not good, so you can say not here. See here, this is 4, right? I got this is 4. So you know this angle and this angle are the same. So how many portion we are here? So 1 section, 2 section, 3 section. So here this is 0, this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3, this is minus 4. Okay. So here 1, 2, 3 section. So 1, 2, and 3. So you are here, right? You are here. Or still, if you say here, I said to you, if you want to find out the x, just add plus 1, right? So add plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4, and here add plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So you can take minus